Okay, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We love money. And in today's video, we're going to teach you how to love your money too.
Hi, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Tasha with One Big Happy Life. And we help you find balance, build wealth, and live happy. Everything that you need to create the life that you want.
When most people think about money, love is probably not the first thing that comes to mind, but it really should be. If you're confused or scared about your money right now, it doesn't have to be that way. And we're going to talk about some skills and steps that you can take to make you fall in love with your money.
So number one, this was actually not on our list. So I'm going completely off the walls right now. Joseph's going to be like, what? Okay, so number one is recognize that everything is temporary. So wherever you are financially right now does not have to be where you stay. You absolutely can make different choices going forward to change your financial trajectory. So this is a temporary state wherever you are with your money right now.
Which is a perfect lead-in to really what's number one. And that is everything that you do with your money is a choice. So that's why it's just a temporary position wherever you are. Because whatever you're doing with your money, recognize that you are choosing to do it that way. So you're not obligated to do anything with your money. Yes, there will be consequences and changes depending on what you decide you want to be doing with your money. But as you spend and as you budget, you get to decide, hey, this is the direction that I want my life to be going. This is how I want to experience life. I want to experience it with a latte, or I want to experience it with a high savings rate. But either way, whatever you're doing with it, you are getting the autonomy, the choices to do that with your money.
So number two, we want you to watch out for the negative influences that could be harming your relationship with your money. And that includes both societal influences, so the things that you might read in the news, the social media accounts that you follow, even down to the financial gurus that you follow, because the things that we hear repeatedly, they become part of our unconscious thought patterns, and it affects how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about the world, and how we feel about our money and our lives. So be really cautious about consuming any media that's causing you to feel less empowered about your money, to feel bad about the financial choices that you have made. And that also includes being around people that are constantly repeating negative money mindset or negative money mantras like, oh, I'm always broke, or, where does my money go? Or, everybody lives paycheck to paycheck. None of those things are actually true. Similarly, things like debt is dumb. Also not true. Debt is it just is. It's just a fact. It exists. It's neither good nor bad. It's the results of it in your life can come across as good or bad. But even that is so much about a mindset and how you choose to perceive those things as they're happening.
Number three, take time to really enjoy what you're spending your money on, whether that's a purchase of an experience, or it's paying for your housing and electricity, or if you're buying a thing, food or clothing, whatever it is, it's really important that you enjoy those things and recognize what your money is really doing for you. Mm-hmm. Because that's going to make you feel good about making that purchase or spending that money. And if you're not enjoying it, that also gives you the feedback to say, well, I'm going to do a little bit of a change. And if you're not thinking about all those purchases and looking for the enjoyment in it, then you're not going to know whether it's actually there or not.
Yeah, so as part of Wealth Builders Academy, we have a private Facebook group where we all interact and people ask questions and we share our goals and our wins and the lessons we've learned over the month, we as a community, not just us. And so just the other day, someone posted about she was frustrated because her car conked out unexpectedly. And so she had to go out and buy a new car, but she wasn't planning on buying a new car. So she was really frustrated by that. And I said, I completely understand that frustration of having to pay for something that you weren't planning to pay for right now. But I also really encouraged her to, first of all, enjoy the fact that she's in a financial position where she is even capable of going out and getting a car, whether it's with a car payment or like financing it or for cash, because there are lots of people that actually can't even just go out and replace a car because they don't make enough money, because they don't have access to credit. So just being in that financial position is amazing. But I also pointed out to her, enjoy your car, enjoy your purchase, because realistically, if you keep your car, like we plan to keep each of our cars like 10 years on average for our cars, that means we can expect maybe 4 or 5 cars each for the rest of our lives. 4 or 5 more times do we get to have the experience of buying a car and using our money in that way. And so it's really important to savor that feeling, because it's not going to come around again too many times in your life. So even the unexpected expenses, we would love for you to appreciate that you are capable of handling those things as they come up, even if you weren't expecting them. And then also just find enjoyment in it, because it is your money being used to help make your life better.
Number 4, have an abundance mindset. This comes up a lot when people are talking about budgeting and they don't want to budget. And it comes down to the mindset that when they look what to do with their money, they think that they need to cut everything. And that's what a budget is for. A budget is to stop you from doing anything. And so that's why people don't really want to budget, because it's just a negative feeling about it. But the opposite is having this abundance mindset, and things like budgeting are really you deciding how you want to spend your money, and you authorizing yourself to spend it. And so there's nothing negative about that. That's great, because you have choices and you can make those choices ahead of time. And the other thing that abundance mindset brings is the idea that you can make more money, and that you can make changes in your life to then go out and get more money. So if you don't like your job right now, or you don't like any aspect of what's going on with your money, that's all changeable and you can fix it.
And so speaking of having a plan for your money, number 6 is have a plan for your life. So the problem that comes up much too easily is that there are parts of our lives that are not in alignment. So they don't actually look the way that we want them to look. And so it can be very easy to try to throw money at the problem. So we hate our jobs. So what do? We want to treat ourselves outside of work, because it's like, I work so hard. I have to put up with all this nonsense at work. So I deserve to be able to just not have to think and not say no to myself, because doing this makes me happy. And so that is why we really encourage you to have this holistic view of your life and really see what is and isn't working in your life. If that job is not working, don't let the job cause you to have unhappy feelings and do other things with your money that's going to make you be resentful about what your money is doing for you. The solution is you get a new job. So have a plan for your life and always work to live in alignment with that plan, so that you can actually use your money in the way that it is best spent, which is not trying to fix other problems, right? It's meant to help enhance your life and to help you have more of what it is that you want in your life, not to be a Band-Aid for the parts of your life that aren't working.
Yeah, and if you're not planning your life affirmatively, then what's going to happen is your life is going to be planned for you by outside influences. So the people around you, you're going to start adopting things that they care about, because you haven't decided what you want, what you care about. And that's not good either.
So number 7, have financial goals. So we talked about this in Wealth Builders Academy this month. Our focus is on setting financial goals and really turning your generalized life goals into like giving them a dollar amount and prioritizing them. And so have your financial goals. You need to have them so that you know what things you're trying to hit. And this is particularly important because people feel like when they don't have financial goals, when they don't have fixed numbers, you get into over saving or over debt payoff. So you get out of balance and things aren't in alignment. And there's also this confusion. So you don't know if you're making progress because you haven't decided what you're actually trying to get to. So make sure that your financial goals are very specific, they're measurable, there is a dollar amount attached to them, and they're also realistic.
Number 8, tying this all together, take your budget and base your budget on those life goals and priorities. And this, helps with that mindset where you're not looking at your budget as something you don't want to do. You're looking at something that your budget is planning out those life goals, the things that you want to accomplish, or your financial goals. What are you saving for? What is driving your finances? And so the budget is now your number picture of that and how you're going to achieve those things by allocating the dollars to it. So are you getting health? Do you want to get healthier, lose some weight? Are you adding a gym membership? Bam, your gym membership is there because you want that goal. If you want to save for retirement, bam, I'm saving 10%. Next year, I'm saving 15%. Whatever it is, that's what your budget is doing.
Yeah, when I look at our budget, I don't see limitations. I see, okay, this is what I want my life to look like. How can I make that happen? And some of that will be financial, right? So if your budget doesn't cover everything that you want it to cover yet, you can tweak things so that you can start having more and more things within your budget. Also, by planning out several years in advance, well, this year, this is my focus. I'm going to focus on, let's say, paying down $30,000 worth of debt and then also taking my kids to Disney. That's my focus for this year. And of course, saving, because you always got to be saving. But like next year, my focus will be starting my sinking fund to replace my car. And so by making those plans in advance, you look at your budget and you're like, okay, this reflects my focus, this reflects my vision, and I have a plan in place to make it better and better every single year.
All right, take these tips and fall back in love with money or in love with money so that you really enjoy having a handle on everything that you're doing. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.